Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here. I hope you all are having a great day. Today I'm just going to be sharing a quick garden update with you. So let's get started. And that's my pineapple sage. It's starting to get a little bigger. And then the lavender. I'm getting ready to harvest the lavender buds off of there. The cinnamon basil, my black-eyed Susans that I dug out of the concrete, and then I have some volunteer catnip and a couple of volunteer tomato plants that I'm just going to go ahead and let grow. I went ahead and actually built a little wall around them so that they got a chance. And then I have the blue spice basil that finally looks like it's starting to grow. And then a few strawberries I transplanted because the dogs were digging them up. The lemon basil, chamomile, some of my tomato plants, which I have several volunteers in here, so I need to go through and thin those out. And then the horseradish, and the rosemary, another cherry tomato, and my peppermint, which is finally outgrowing the weeds, so it looks like it's gonna make it. And then this is where I have my ginger, and you can see it is just starting to come up. And then I had put asparagus seeds in this bucket, so it's putting out asparagus as well. And then my marigold and my spearmint. These are some of my pepper plants. They are the lemon drop peppers, and they have some bug damage to them, but they're starting to bounce back. Same with the Buna mulatas. I think the slugs and the snails had gotten a hold of quite a bit of my stuff, so I'm trying to get rid of them as quickly as possible. And some more tomato plants. Again, I had tons of volunteers come up in here, so I need to thin those out. The pepperoncini peppers, some regular bell pepper, the comfrey, another tomato, my tomatillos. I got those at Lowe's. I did buy those. And then some more tomatoes. Again, I have volunteers I need to thin out of there. And then I do have a loofah coming back up. I moved one of them to a different bed, so I'm hoping it will live. But let's see. Those are regular bell peppers. That is my cayenne pepper. I did just water stuff, so some stuff's laying down. And then some volunteer tomato plants. My raspberry bush. The echinacea, and it's Kismet Raspberry is the name of it. And then a blueberry bush. My elderberry. Peach tree. My persimmon tree, I forgot to mention the sunflower. I do have one sunflower growing. More catnip for the cat. My sedum. This has poppies, hollyhock, and a lily of the valley. This is catnip in here also, but my cat has it torn down pretty low, so wait for that to grow back. More poppies. The pond. And then this is the bog area for the pond. And it has some lilies growing in there. You can see the little flowers. And I really only stuck this here to overwinter it a few years ago, but it does so well here that I left it. And there's some more of my pond plants. And my pansies. And the Italian oregano. Some calendula. Sorry, I'm kicking a bucket on accident. Some more chamomile. Celosia. One of my daylilies. And then in here I have eggplants, squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. And they're starting to make their appearance and starting to grow. Happy about that. Still have lemon balm. I did move a big bunch of it probably a month or two ago, but this came back just from what was left in the dirt, so I'll probably move that again also. And then my sage. Some more tomato plants. The bee balm. And then my green stock. And I have things like, they're the mini bell peppers, I believe they're called. I have kale, cauliflower, cabbage, greens, some, I believe they're orange hat tomatoes, which they're supposed to be very small. Some greens, cabbage. I think I do have Brussels sprout, I believe is what that is. I'm actually considering getting another one of these. I think they do really well. I've been really happy with it. I do have some little blooms on that tomato plant. It's exciting. Okay, and then my blueberry, if I didn't say that, another tomato. And then I put some mixed basil in the red pot. It's just starting to come up. And then in this bed I have a lot of daylilies. And then that purple flower, I can't remember what that was called. I've had that for a lot of years. That's that. And then this is Mandeville, I believe it's called. It's a vining plant, and I'm hoping to grow that on the arch here. And then I did buy another clematis that I have growing up the fence, and I want to put it on the arch. And then I just threw some flowers in there to add some color. And then my peony and irises. My other clematis, which is doing pretty good. One of the limbs got cut, so that died, but it has another one that's alive that's starting to grow, so we'll take it. My mullein. I'm getting ready to harvest that soon. And I do have a cabbage there and a couple of small toothache plants that I'm hoping will grow. And then in here is my asparagus bed, which it's new, so it's not doing so great yet, but I think it'll do fine. And then I also stuck a couple of tomato plants in here just to experiment, and they actually are doing okay. And then it looks like I got some kale coming up. Oh, there's a little asparagus. And then some greens that I transplanted up here. And then this is my lemon balm patch. And some strawberries. And in the pool is where the dogs dug up the strawberries, so that's why I transplanted those. And I think it's starting to get a little too hot for all this, but this is Brussels sprouts, kale, cauliflower, and broccoli. And then I do have a dahlia coming up. And then I have sweet basil growing in here. I did buy that from Lowe's. And then a bunch of lettuce growing in here. One of my roses. Another bed of tomatoes, and these are starting to get really big. I need to start trellising them. And then I have some gladiolas in there also, and a huge zinnia that's coming up right there. And then I added this bed, actually just today, and I put a couple of tomato plants and then a birdhouse gourd and 2 loofahs. So I'm hoping those will make it. It's really hot. It's supposed to get in the 90s today, but I put these in this morning and then watered them, so I'm hoping they will bounce back and do fine. And then I also have this grow bag that has the birdhouse gourd and a few loofahs in it, but they don't look too great. So the birdhouse gourd does, the loofahs don't. But I'm trying to grow those on this trellis here. So I went ahead and added that so that it would be a permanent bed that I can just grow those in every year. And then more tomatoes. And some more zinnias coming up, and a nasturtium. And some of my beans. And this is really just a pile of sticks that we cut down, but it has a lot of goldenrod growing, so I'm leaving all that. So I'm going to collect that once it flowers. And then in this bed I have some Brussels sprouts, pumpkin, my broccoli that I let go to seed. I'm waiting to harvest that. And some nasturtiums in here also. And more zinnias, watermelons. Those are potatoes that I threw out here as scraps years ago, and they just come back every year. Another tomato. And then the front flower bed. And this mostly has hydrangeas and hostas. That is a wisteria, the beautiful gas can. And then a few lilies. There's an iris in here as well. And this is one of the cherry trees out front. So thank you for hanging out with me in my garden today. I hope you're having a great day. I would love to hear what you're growing this year. I hope you'll come back and see me again, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Bye, Knox. Love you.